Hello friends, welcome back. My name is PK. In this video you will learn how to create a dynamic and beautiful Kanban board using the Power Pivot in Microsoft Excel. Friends, Kanban board is a tool used to visualize and manage your work. It's a kind of like a big bulletin board wherein you can pin your task on a sticky notes. Here in the Excel we have created using the Power Pivot. I'll explain you. So we can say this is a simple system, helps you to track what you are working on, what next, and what you have completed. It's especially useful when you are working with teams because it makes it easy for everyone to show the status of different tasks. I'll show you what I have created here using the Power Pivot and VBA. First of all, on the top we have displayed the different status of the task like completed, in progress and pending, and then we are showing here this chart by assigned to and the status of the different charts. So here you can see the William, Raj, PK and Jack. Then we are showing the number of tasks there. Then we have created this slicer. If you want to select the task only specific person, you can see that. And then we have created this timeline to filter the data by due date. We have created these three buttons. I'll show you that one also. At below we have created this pivot table wherein we are showing task category or department, we can say, then task subcategory. Then we are showing the task inside the pivot table. For example, here we have the task category as the finance. So we can say it is for the finance department and the auditing. And this was the task. 21 is the task ID dot then the task name, and it is in the completed. Okay, so we can quickly see the different tasks here. If you want to see the task only for the specific category, you can filter it from here. Let's say I want to see only for the IT, so we can see quickly for IT here. And we can clear this. You can filter it by subcategory also, like these two. Right click and we can say keep only selected item, so it will keep only budgeting and forecasting. Just right click and clear the filter. Alright, you can filter for the assigned to from here. Let's say I want to see all the tasks assigned to Jack or PK, then I can easily see the task. I want to see all the tasks which are due in April, so I can simply click here, then I'll see the task due in April or in May. So it is in the May or in June. So we can say only one task is due in June. You can clear this filter. Now we have created these three buttons also. For example, this task is pending. Now I want to move this into the in progress. So I can click on this task and I can say move to the next stage. As I click, then you can see it has been moved to the in progress. And I can say simply move to the next stage. Then it is moved to the completed. Okay. And the top chart will be updated accordingly, and we can move to the back if you think it has moved by mistake. So you can simply say move to the previous stage, and again you can move to the previous stage here. Alright. If you want to edit the information for this particular task or for this particular task, just click there and click on edit record. Automatically that record will be selected here in the data, and you can simply update, like you want to change the task category, subcategory name, or whatever you want to update here. Okay, so this is the data wherein we have the task ID, task category, subcategory, task name, status, assigned to, due date, and last update date. Alright friends, so here you can update the information and you can refresh this from the data and simply click on refresh all. Okay, then it will be refreshed. I will explain you step by step from starting how you can create this beautiful project management Kanban board, and you can add this thing in your existing project management dashboard, or if you are working on the new project management dashboard. So please watch this video till the end. Video can be little longer because I will explain you each and everything here. So let's press Ctrl N to add a new workbook. So this is book 3 is the new workbook. I'm just renaming it as data, and I will copy this data from here as it is. It's a table, you can see as a table 1, and let's paste this here. Okay, so you can see it is table 1. If you have the normal data, I'll show you how you can convert this to the table. So let me convert this to the range first. So it's a normal range now, it's not a table. You can simply select your range and you can press Ctrl T to convert this to the table and just click on OK. Okay, so this is a table. You can remove the vented rows if you want, and here you can see this is table 2 now. Okay, if you want to change it, let's say as a data, you can change the name as data, or you can keep table 1 or table 2. It's up to you. Okay. Now, first of all, we will add this data to the Power Pivot data model. So what we will do, we will go to the Power Pivot and we will add to the data model. Now the question is why we are using the Power Pivot here, why we can't use the normal pivot table. I will explain you that also. So let me use the normal pivot table for now. Let's go to the insert and click on the pivot table and click on the OK. So this is the new pivot table. If I will try to add, let's say, category in the rows and subcategory, then I want to use the status in the columns. Okay, till here we are good. Now we want to show the different tasks here. So as I use the task name in the value, it will show the number, not the name of that particular task. Okay, like we want to see the different name. This is task 1, and wherever we have the multiple tasks in one category, then it should be starting in the same cell with the new row. In that case, we require the support of Power Pivot so that we can use the DAX measure. So what I will do, I'll delete this and I'll go to the Power Pivot. I have already created few videos on the Power Pivot. You can watch my existing Power Pivot related videos so that you will get to know how we can add this Power Pivot tab in our Excel Ribbon if it is not there. Now let's click anywhere on this table and click on Add to Data Model. So we have this data here. Now simply go to the pivot table and we will not make any change here. Just say simply pivot table and on the new worksheet. Okay, so now we will create a pivot table here. But before creating that pivot table, we need to have one measure. Okay, now to create that measure, go to the measures and create a new measure, and let's keep the name as task name, or we can say task ID and name. Now here we can use the formula concatenate X. In this formula, first we will take table name. We know the table name is data. Now the expression. In the expression, we will use the feed name which we want to show. So we want to show here task name, this one, but we want to show the task ID dot task name. So what I am doing here, I am using task ID and I'm putting this separator as dot and this. So it will take like 1 dot task name, 2 dot task name. Okay. Now in the delimiter of multiple tasks, let's say we have 2, 3 tasks, then it should be start from new row. To start it from new row or new line, what we can do here, we can use unicare 10. Unicare 10 or char 10 is used to start with new line in Excel. And let's close this bracket and we can click on check formula. So this formula is correct, no error. Just click on OK. Alright, let's remove it from here for now, and let's take task category in rows, task subcategory in rows, status in column, and we will not take the task name. Now we will take the task ID and name, the measure which we have created. So here you can see it is taking the complete name with ID in place of count. Let's close this, we will format little bit. So go to the design and first of all report layout, let's take show in tabular form. The another one, remove the grand total row and column and remove the subtotal also. So we don't want to show the subtotal and grand total. Now here we have the proper information. We will add few rows. Just select this row and right click insert and insert the new row and repeat this. So we will add 6-7 rows to show the top charts. Okay, we will hide this particular row. Right click, select the entire row, right click and hide this. Alright, you can see we have here the ID. This is incompleted, in progress and pending. If you want to show the pending first, then in progress and completed in the last, you can simply right click on the header and go to the sort and sort it Z to A. So pending is first, in progress, then the completed. Okay. Go to the view and remove the grid lines from here. We will format this table little bit. So you can go to the design and you can choose a design from here. Let's say this one. Now we will do little bit formatting. So let's select the entire table. First align this center. Reduce the font size around 9. Reduce the width of this column A. And just select this row number 10, go to the view and freeze fence. Okay, so the header will be fixed now. Alright, so it is done. Now you can use the same color code which we have used here. To do that, you can simply come to this window and you can select this range till the end, and let's take the light color here in the same theme color, this one. Then here for the pending, we can take the first header, make it bold. Pending, we can take here red color, yellow here, and the completed should be in green. Let me show you something. When we will collapse the task category, then how it will react. We have the multiple completed in HR. Okay, so let's collapse this HR. Then you can see it is going so long, although it is taking all tasks here for completed and in progress, but we have to fix the column width, okay, so that it should reflect in the one window. So what we can do, right click and go to the pivot table option, uncheck this auto fit column width on update first, then select the entire page and click on this wrap text. Now if I will collapse this HR, then here you can see it is showing 2 here and these 4 here in one cell. Okay, starting from new row, because we have used separator as character tag. Alright, now quickly we will put the color also for the pending, in progress and completed. Just click on the pending and press Ctrl 1 to open this format cells window. Go to the fill and fill effects, and here we will take this dark red color, then we will take this red color, and let's take this variant. Click on OK. Okay. Similarly, here we will use the amber and here we will use the green. So let's click here, press Ctrl 1 and fill effect. Let's take this color and little lighter here, this one. Click on OK. Select this one and click on OK. Select the completed, press Ctrl 1 and fill effects, and let's take here light green, and then let's take this green. Just click on this variant, click on OK. Alright, we can choose the background color also. So let's select this range, whatever range is here. We will fill here this color. Alright, so it is done. Now we will create the top section quickly, like these chart, slicers and these 3 buttons. Now to add the chart, we can add new worksheet here, and that will be our support sheet. And on this support sheet, we will quickly create the pivot table. Let's go to the Power Pivot window, manage, and from here you can add the pivot table. Click on this button and come to the support sheet, and let's add it. Right click, go to the show field list. We will take status in the rows. Let's take the count of status here. So you can see this. Right click, click on the pivot table, go to the design and grand total off. Now select this pivot table, insert, and insert a 3D pie chart, this one. You can go to the design and you can choose a design from here. So I have taken this one. Remove the chart element, so we can remove chart title. Go to the pivot chart, analyze, and field buttons, hide all. Make it slightly smaller. We will change the color here. So for the completed one, double click on the completed slice and go to the format and fill this green color, and go to again on the format, go to the gradient, and let's choose a gradient here. So I'm taking this one, and for this in progress, let's fill this yellow color, and again go to the fill, save fill, and take the gradient, the same one, and here we will fill the red color, this one. Again go to the save fill and choose this gradient. Just right click on the data label, go to the format data label, and we will choose here percentage in place of value. Remove the category name and show ladder line. We will go to the home and we will take in the white color, this one. Right click, go to the format data label again, and we will take inside and this one. Alright. We can add the legend also here, and you can move this legend at bottom. Just right click format legend and move to the bottom. Alright, chart is ready. We can go to the format and save fill of the chart, no fill. Save outline of the chart as no outline. Select the chart, press Ctrl X, and then go to the sheet 3 and paste that chart here. We can keep the chart here and change the size. Insert a row here. Alright, quickly we will add the second chart, and to add this we will come to the support sheet and we will make a copy of this pivot table and paste that here. Right click, go to the show field list, and here we will add the assign to in place of status. Status we will move to the columns. Now select this and insert a chart. Take this chart which is 100% step bar. We can remove the legend from here now. So just select this and press delete. Go to the pivot chart, analyze and hide all the buttons. Vertical axis and the horizontal axis, and make it slightly bold and black. Remove the grid lines from here. Make the chart little bit smaller like this. Right click on the chart, go to the format data series and change the gap width. Take around 30%. We will change the color here. So this blue one is the completed. So again we will select this blue and go to the format, and here we will fill this green color. Again we will use the gradient here. So this time we will take this gradient, line linear up. Similarly here we will use the amber and the gradient linear up. This one also use the red and again gradient and use the linear of this one. Alright, just right click, add data label, font as white. Alright, select this chart, press Ctrl X and sheet 1, paste that chart here, keep this chart here, adjust the chart size and select the chart, go to the format, save fill as no fills, save outline as no. Click on the pivot and go to the pivot table analyze and insert the slicer here, and we will insert the slicer of assign to. Let's keep this slicer here. Slicer style you can choose from here, so I'm taking this one. Reduce the size. Right click on the slicer and go to the report connection and just check all the pivots. So if I will select here check, then all chart and pivot will be changing. You can see. Now insert a timeline also. Click anywhere on the pivot, then go to the pivot table analyze, insert the timeline, and we will insert the timeline for due date. Go to the timeline style, we can choose this one. Now right click and go to the report connection and connect it with all. If I will select here, let's say May, then it will show the data for May, April or June, then accordingly it will show the data. Alright, our chart is ready. Only thing is you have to manually update it. So let's say task ID 2 is the in progress. If you want to make it completed, you have to update it manually, then come to the sheet and you have to refresh the data from the data sheet. Okay, so that will be updated. Task ID 2 is moved here. But if you want to automate this thing also, then we can use the VBA. We can insert 3 buttons here quickly. So go to the insert and here we can insert 3 saves. Let's say this one, and take this yellow handle, move to the right side. You can choose any shape style from here. I have taken, let's say, this one or this one. Right click, edit text, and we can say edit record. This is to edit record. Similarly, we can create 2 more buttons. So I have added 3 buttons: edit record, move to next stage, move to previous stage. Okay, now we will create 3 macros and will assign to these buttons. So I'll go to the developer tab and Visual Basic. Here this module 1, I have already created this one for this Kanban board file. Here we have created these 3 macros. I will explain you these 3. We can quickly copy this, and here in this project book 3 we can add a new module, insert a new module here, and we can paste those macros here. Alright. I will explain you these macros. First, the edit record. For the edit record, what we are doing, we are using the DSH as worksheet and SH, this worksheet as data. So we have data sheet wherein we have all the data. Then we are using dim RNG as range, and we are using RNG as active cell. Active cell means we will use the whatever cell you have selected in the pivot table, that will consider as an active cell. In every cell in the starting we have the task ID dot task name. Okay, so what we are trying to do here, we will fetch that task ID from the active cell. We will see which task you have selected. We will select that task on the data sheet so that you can quickly jump to the data sheet from the pivot table. So here we are using task ID as a string, row number as integer, and row number by default we are taking as 0. And then we are using on error resume next. Probably you have not selected any cell and you are clicking on this button, or there can be some other type of error. So to prevent those errors, we are using this code. We are taking the condition here, RNG dot column should be equal to or greater than 4 and should be less than or equal to 6. I'll show you that. We have column number 4, task is starting from here till column number 6. Okay, and now row number should be greater than 10. So I'll show you this one also. Our actual row is starting from 11. Okay, if you have clicked anywhere here and then you are clicking on these button, then nothing will happen. Alright. Then we are checking blank range. For example, if you are selecting here, it should have some task, or you are clicking here. Okay, so we don't have any task here. So we have put this condition. Then we are fetching the task ID using the VBA.left formula, and we are using the range value using the inString function and finding with the dot -1. So it will find the position of this dot. Let's say 1 dot, then the task ID, the position will come 2. So we are using -1, then it will return only 1. Okay, so that means task ID is 1. We have to make sure that task ID is a numeric. So we are using if is numeric then. So we are finding the row number. If task ID is, let's say, 1, then we are using application.worksheet function match in the data sheet. Okay, this is DSH is the data sheet. We have already defined that. And then we are converting into the integer. Okay, it should be the numeric and column A. So let me quickly show you. Here we have column A. We are using the match function like we use in the Excel. If we are providing the value as 1, then it will return the row number 2. If we are providing, let's say, value as 10, then it will return the row number 11. Okay, so that is how we will find at which row we have that task. Okay, once we have found the row, then we are using, if row number is 0, that means it is not available here, then it will take the row number 1. So if you will click anywhere and you will click to edit record, it will take you to the data sheet. If you are not taking the correct one, then it will take you to the row number 1, otherwise it will take you to the respective row. So we are activating this sheet, then we are selecting that entire row. Let me show you quickly. Let's come to this sheet 3 and right click on this assign macro, select this workbook, select this edit record. Okay, if I will click anywhere or here wherein task is not available and then click on edit record, it will take you to the header. Okay, if I will click on the task, here you can see task ID is 15 and I'll click on edit record, it will highlight the task ID 15 and here you can change. Okay, so it is useful when you have the long list. You don't have to find that task in the data sheet, it will quickly take you to there. Alright, now quickly I will explain you the move to next stage. This is the same one. If you will see, we have used the same code till here. Even we have used the same code till here. We are finding the row number at which row we have this task. Now from here we are making some changes, like if row number is 0, then it will return that message as not found. Or if the column E of data sheet, let me show you the column E, this is status. Okay, if status is pending, then it will put the in progress and updated time will be now. And if it is in progress, then it will be marked to completed, updated time will be now. And if it is already completed, then it will show that this message, it is already completed. Alright. The same thing we are using for the move to the previous stage. These all are same. Now only difference is here. If it is completed, then make it to the previous stage as in progress. If it is in progress, then pending. If it is pending, then it will show this message already pending. Let me quickly assign these macros here. Right click, assign macro, and here we will take move to the next stage. Right click, assign macro. Let's take to move to the previous stage. Okay. Let's say it is completed and I'm saying move to the next stage. It will show already completed. And let's say I'm clicking anywhere else and I'm saying move to the next stage. It is saying not found. Okay. Or if the blank task and I'm saying move to the next stage, it is saying not found. And for this one, if I will say move to the next stage, then it will move to the next stage. Alright. Because here we have put this workbook.refresh all. So it is refreshing also. First it is making the changes in the data sheet, then it is refreshing also. Similarly, we can use move to the previous stage. Alright friends. So friends, that is how you can create this beautiful Kanban board and you can use in your project management dashboard. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Friends, if you like this video, please hit the like button and please subscribe my channel to get the regular update of my videos. Thank you so much for watching.